Welcome to Can I Really Do That? I'm Alex Blagelli, this is John Sweetman, and today we're going to talk about instant dismissal. So John, instantly dismissing your staff on the spot, can I really do that?
Yes, Alex, you can do that, but with caution. There is a view out there that if someone does something wrong, I can just say, that's it, you're out of here.
You're fired. So bad.
Instant dismissal does require evidence, and it depends on the circumstances. If it is a serious matter, in other words, one particular employee all of a sudden assaults another employee behind the bar, clear cut.
Yeah.
But if it's theft or if it's something to do with a performance issue, that's harassment or something like that, you must have the evidence first, and so instant dismissal can occur, but with caution.
So instead of instant dismissal, probably look at suspending that person from
Correct.
that point of the incident, having
Correct.
them removed from the hotel so that you can collect
Correct.
as much evidence as possible.
Yeah, the recommended process. Well, firstly, you should contact the AHA. Give us a call here at the AHA, and let's discuss the issue with you, and we can have a better understanding of the issue and give you some better directions. But clearly, if there is a matter that is of concerning, like there may be subject to instant dismissal, and if it requires investigation, you should always suspend the employee for 1 day, 2 days, or the duration to enable you to undertake an investigation. And you need to be mindful, of course, that any suspension for those circumstances are on full pay for the employee.
Okay, so let's maybe talk about something that might not warrant instant dismissal, but you might want to instantly dismiss somebody. I noticed that my bar staff are handing out free drinks, and when I notice this, it annoys me, it angers me. What's the process that I need to take to make sure that not only am I helping educate, manage my staff, but also not getting into any trouble if I do dismiss them instantly?
Sure. Alex, I don't think handing out free drinks to staff is automatic instant dismissal.
Okay.
Firstly, if you rang, I would ask you the question, do you have a policy in respect of handing out free drinks by staff, or free drinks to customers, or consuming free drinks behind the bar yourself?
So if you don't have a policy in place, then really the staff aren't guided by any sort of overarching responsibility that you've given them.
Well, policy should be written. Otherwise, if it's verbal, it's he said, she said.
Okay.
And anything relating to dismissal, it all gets around evidence and procedural fairness. So, if a staff member sees you, the owner of the hotel, giving away free drinks across the bar to your mates because you own the hotel, and that's your right to do so as the owner. But if they just come in to give it to their friends, if you haven't got the right policy in place, it's certainly not instant dismissal, but it's the starting point of a disciplinary process, and you should be calling that employee into a meeting, the employee invited to bring a witness with them, and at least they would get a first warning letter, and then develop it from there.
Okay, so first we need a policy in place, something to guide our employees as to the behaviours that you expect from them.
Mm-hmm.
And then from that, any behaviours that are outside of that policy, you can address with the employee with a meeting.
Through disciplinary processes.
Disciplinary process. So
Yep.
have a meeting, they can have someone present if they like, make sure you write minutes of the meeting, make sure they're happy with the minutes at the end of the meeting, have an outcome going forward, and that
Correct.
way it's measurable, and if it happens again, you can go back and it becomes a written warning.
Correct.
And then from there, you continue that process.
But at all times, keep the AHA informed and discuss it with us to make sure that you are on the right track and that you're not exposing yourself along the way.
Correct, yeah, that is good. Talking about policies in the hotel, can you have a policy on what a staff member can have on their person. So, for example, I like to keep my phone in my pocket, but working in a kitchen and you don't want your kitchen staff on their phone, can you say to your kitchen staff, we have a hotel policy where as soon as you come into work, you put your phones in a locker, we lock it up, and you can't use the phone, your mobile phone, for the duration of your shift?
Sure. And a lot of our members do in fact have this policy, Alex. The policy must be written.
Mm-hmm.
The policy must be given to all employees, and you must have evidence that they have read and understood the policy. You can't single one employee out and have one policy just for one employee, because that may expose you to discrimination. And it's very common practice these days that hoteliers do have a policy which says that staff are not permitted to have their phone turned on or on their person whilst working, and they can either place it in their locker or in a secured area whilst they're working. It's accessible during breaks if they want it, and in an emergency, if a member of their kin need to contact emergency urgently, they can call the hotel and through the landline and get the message accordingly. So there's no risk to the employees, and certainly it is common practice now to have such a policy in place.
Great. Okay, so my takeaways from this is being transparent with your staff, putting policies in place, making everyone aware, having them engaged in what you're wanting the culture to be in your hotel.
Correct.
And then using that to help manage performance and as the basis of your disciplinary action going forward.
Correct. And if there's any change to that policy, again, you need to communicate that change to the employees and make sure all employees understand it.
Great. Thank you.
There we go.
Thanks for watching, folks, and we hope that's been helpful for you. For further information, please click here for current wage rates and employment classifications, or click here to contact us further.